Saturday Social is powered by EA Sports FIFA 23 with PlayStation.
Because it is time now for What's Trending, where we look at the biggest trends in the world in football on social media. The guests get a minute to debate each topic, and the first one is about Liverpool.
It is. It's about Cody Gakpo. We've got Flex in the studio, of course. Cody Gakpo signing for Liverpool officially this week. Here they are on social media saying a nice little Christmas present for the Reds. Of course, beating Manchester United to his signature.
Yes.
United very, very interested in him before that move. So the question we're going to ask our guests is, did Cody Gakpo make the right decision choosing Liverpool over Manchester United? Flex, we may as well come to you. 60 seconds on the clock. Let's go.
I'm going to say yes, he did, because it comes down to who puts the money down on the table to show that they're serious about buying you. If you're thinking about the career development that he's probably going to have under Jurgen Klopp, whose track record of improving players is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't, as a Manchester United fan, although I'm a bit salty of missing out on him, I can't sit here and say he's not going to do well under those conditions. So for him and his career, I actually wish him well, and we didn't have the money and didn't put up the right infrastructure to sign him. So I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Completely agree. If you have the choice over Liverpool and United right now, you pick Liverpool. Everything in that club right now is perfect for them to go ahead and push for another Premier League, go for the Champions League again. He's the replacement that they needed in that forward line, and he's going to fit the Liverpool system. The way they play football, I think it's perfect for Cody Gakpo. And if you look at the history of United transfers, it can get very toxic. So I think he made the right decision avoiding that one.
That's changed now, though, because Ten Hag has changed around.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're going in.
Flex has had to get that in.
Flex has had to get one bit of positivity.
We messed up a little bit, but our signings are all right.
They could have come back.
Still not quite over the gap,
yeah.
I think something tells me. So let's move on then to trend number 2, and it involves a former Manchester United player, Cristiano Ronaldo, who joined Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr on a 2-year deal. We can see him holding up the shirt. Very lucrative deal, this one, Joe, wasn't it? 2-year deal is signed.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
Very lucrative indeed.
So the next trend we're asking is, has Cristiano Ronaldo made the right decision? Theo, you've got your head in your hands here, so we're going to come to you first. 60 seconds on the clock. What are you saying?
Awful. Awful. I just don't know what... I don't know why he made the decision to go to Al Nassr, apart from financial reasons. There's no other incentive to go there. For a man that needs to end his legacy, potentially going to FC Porto, I saw links. That would have been perfect. Still an opportunity to play European football. That's the move he should have gone for. He doesn't need money. I know the contract is outstanding, but going to the Saudi League for him, I think he roasted Xavi for doing it at 36. He's now there 1 year later in his career. He can't roast anyone anymore.
Correct decision.
Correct decision.
Correct decision. You said you wanted to play at the highest level possible. People were saying nobody wants you. No one's offering. Just like the summer, just like now. So at the end of the day, you can't play at the highest level. You've got to go into the sort of early phases of retirement. Take the money.
But it's just a shame, right? Because if we compare Messi and Ronaldo, there's no more debate. It's over. It's over now.
He's created that. He sat on an interview and said, I want to do this. I want to be at the highest. I didn't know that Al Nassr play in the Champions League. What's that? Do you know what I mean? Are we missing something? Yeah. He said he didn't want to do that, and now he's there doing it. Like you said, he clowned Xavi for doing it. So at the end of the day, I think that he's shown his cards now. He's shown what he wanted, what he was angling for, and that's where he wants to be, and that's where he belongs.
Yeah, and that is where he's going to be playing. So keep your eye out on the Saudi Arabian Premier League over the next season to see how he does. Let's go to a team in the English Premier League, though, who are flying extremely high. Newcastle, who are just destroying everybody in front of them at the moment. Look at the form table. Wow. I mean, last 9 games, 1-8, drawn 1, top of the form table, ahead of Arsenal, ahead of Man City.
The goal difference as well. Yeah.
Goal difference over the last 9 games. Stunningly good form for Eddie Howe's side. So the question we're going to ask our guests is, will Newcastle finish in the Champions League spots?
I think they will. I think they will. They don't have European football to contend with. They are a really good outfit. I think they're going to go strong in January again. I think the ethos and the type of players they've been buying have been perfect for the level of development that they're at. They're not buying over the odds, they're not buying under the odds. And I think that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with that just won't go away. You know, when you kind of think of a team, they'll fall off. They'll fall. Kind of, well, people have been saying it about Arsenal as well. They're still there. And I think Newcastle, they could forget just the top 4. They could finish 3rd or 2nd. I honestly do believe that. Ooh. I honestly do believe that.
They are right in the mix, Theo. I mean, before Manchester City played Leeds, they were actually in 2nd in the table. Yeah. We'd leapfrogged them. So is that a legitimate claim?
I completely agree. Eddie Howe has created this this way of playing to bring the best out of all the lads. Like Almiron this season on 9 goals, the way he's turned it round. Everyone said every week, at some point Newcastle are going to stop getting wins. They've proven it wrong. They're keeping that same level of form up. The way they're playing, I completely agree. Top 4 is happening for Newcastle.
I think that's a good point. It's not just the players they've brought in, but it's the players that were already there that Eddie Howe's coached into better players. Almiron and Joe Linton, who just look
Joe
like
Linton,
different
yeah.
players.
Maximum's back, and he's put Joe Linton on the left wing.
I think Eddie Howe needs a
The
lot of...
defence is outstanding.
lot of credit.
Development is.
But we've got to move on because we're going from the top half of the table to the bottom half of the table. We can have a look at it now. The reason we're talking about this is because look at how tight the Premier League is. It's just 7 points separating 11th to 20th, and there's some big teams in and around the relegation zone, aren't there? The likes of Leeds, Everton, West Ham. Impossible to predict the relegation places. So the next question we're asking is which manager in the bottom half is under the most pressure? 60 seconds on the clock. Theo, what do you think?
Simple answer for me, I'd go straight to question what David Moyes is doing right now at West Ham. After that 2-0 loss to Brentford, it's just not good enough. That was the final straw. They were already 4 losses in a row. They had a good amount of time during the World Cup to get their act together, and clearly after that game, they haven't. And the same goes for Frank Lampard, actually, but Everton looked a lot better. But it's just the attitude problem. 7 minutes in, you go 1-0 up against Wolves. Why are your players dancing? Why is Yerry Mina dancing? They went on to lose it. You can't be dancing. Look at Brazil. We realised at the World Cup, you can't be doing that. They went on to lose 2-1. It's not the right attitude, and that goes down to the manager. So I'm hoping Frank Lampard can change it round, but them two for me.
Flex?
I agree with those two being at the forefront. I mean, Lopetegui's just got to Wolves, so you can give him a little bit of leeway.
He's done well.
To say, and obviously with Manchester United there later on today, we'll see what happens. Exactly, typical. Steve Cooper got a new deal as well. So and I think Brendan Rodgers, I think he's been unlucky with the constraints being put above him with lack of money. So they're kind of hanging on to him, but definitely. Frank Lampard's in big trouble, and I would definitely say David Moyes.